Hi guys, Colton here. Was reading Numbers the other day and something really stood out to me. This is a point in nation of Israel when they're wandering through the wilderness, and Moses had sent some people out to go out and search a land. And their report comes back and they basically say, hey, we can't go in there. They're too strong. They're too powerful. And what these people begin to do is they spread that news all throughout the nation of Israel, and people begin to live in fear, and they start to complain and grumble and start to speak up about why are they in the circumstances that they are. And they say these profound words in the Bible. They say, why don't we just go back? It would have been better if we just go back to Egypt. Why are we in the situation that we are in? And then they begin to say this. They say, we should choose a leader to go back to Egypt. Now, if I was Moses in that situation, insert Colton's version here, my response would look a lot different than Moses's. My response would be, do y'all forget who I am? Did y'all forget I was the dude that took the staff, threw it on the ground, and it turned into snakes? Y'all forget that? Did y'all forget I took the staff and put it in the Red Sea, and it parted, and we walked through? Do y'all forget that I was the one that took y'all out of slavery into freedom? Am I missing something here? Y'all are saying choose a different leader. And what's crazy and what's so awesome, it stood out to me in this, is that Moses' response is not that. It's Moses' response in the heat of the moment, in the heat of the whole nation complaining, and all the pressure and people saying, "What? This is terrible. Why is this happening? Choose a different leader." The Bible says this is what Moses' response is. Then Moses fell face down. He fell face down. You see, if you go on to read Numbers, this is a continual theme of the nation of Israel complaining and Moses' response. Numbers chapter 14, people complain. Moses falls face down. Number 16, different group of people complain about his leadership and where they're at. He falls face down. Numbers chapter 20, his sister dies. He falls face down. Nation of Israel is denied entry into another land. He falls face down. Go on to read. Aaron then dies and he falls face down. You see, Moses didn't get everything right. But one thing he did get right, in the heat of a moment where pride may enter, or a situation where you may insert yourself and say, no, I know what the answer is. Let me tell y'all, I've done this before. Trust me. You know what he continually does? Is he falls face down. The reality is this. We're always going to have critics, complainers, and calamities in our life. Always. The question is not when those things will happen. The question is how and what will you do in your response? What if today, in the moment where someone is asking you a question, or pride may get the best of you or want to get the best of you, let's put it that way. What's going to be your response today? Imagine us as Christians in the heat of those moments. You know, what if we did this? What if we simply paused and we sought after God? What does that look like? You don't have to literally fall face down. Maybe in your bedroom, or maybe you're in a lone place and you can. But what if you just paused and prayed in that moment? Instead and say, hey, I know what the answer is. You guys need to trust me. Let me tell you. I've been here, I've done this. What if simply we stood back and say, God, man, I don't necessarily have all the answers in the world. God, what do you have to say about this situation? God, help me lead relationally better in this situation. God, this decision that I have in work, before I think I know what's best, let me see and hear from you and what you have best for this situation. Hey, we're praying for you. Let's seek after God today. Let's fall face down, maybe spiritually, emotionally, in our heart, in the moments of pressure, in the moments of when circumstances aren't great.